Dear traders, welcome to Analytics Online Company. We continue talking about the ruble rate on the oil market. Today we would like to explore the following ruble state predicted by Russia's Mr. Kudrin. According to a survey carried out by Rosstat, the proportion of Russian population living below the poverty line stood at 19.2 million people. That is official statistics. Rosstat issued the data and concluded the seventh Russian lives below a living wage. Both reduction in household real disposable money income and prices increase are the events leading into this position. At the same time, the Russian unemployment rate is quite stable. The current economic crisis demonstrates and repeats the Russian situation of 2008 based on poor living. That was precisely the moment when the proportion of Russian population living below the poverty line stood at 13.4%. There has so far been more talk about the question of inevitable raising the general retirement age. Mr. Kudrin claimed yesterday the retirement age should be raised shortly by the end of the current year. According to ex-Minister of Finance, this unpopular measure is unavoidable. Mr. Kudrin considers as well the budget deficit, even at current prices, will cause the dollar appreciation towards 70 rubles. In a related development, on Tuesday morning, the dollar on Moscow Interbank Currency Exchange depreciated to 68.10 rubles. The euro is listed at 76.45 rubles. MASEX index is traded at 1,910 points, while Brent crude costs $41.50 per barrel. The comment of Mr. Deripaska, "Our economic policy means doing nothing," comes in mind more and more often. Drawing out a decision on reforms during the pre-election period, including the pension reform, will lower standard of living even more. Even worse, we would still have to carry out reforms. It's a matter of time. The question is how to avoid the situation when reforms are undertaken reactively, responding to complaint of poor population. However, Russians were always passive. We would prefer surviving times of temporary adversity instead of doing something to alter the situation. The economic state is clear on the whole. Let's explore the ruble rate. As far as the medium term is concerned, we're still convinced the pair dollar-ruble won't depreciate below current prices. Once the ruble is traded below 65, the Russian central bank may start buying the currency to enrich international reserves. Russia's Elvira Nabiullina didn't exclude this option, by the way, speaking after the resolution on interest rates was announced. At the same time, she didn't determine precise level for buying and supposed the central bank would restart buying the currency on the open market. We essentially consider that may happen at the moment the Russian currency is traded under 65 rubles against the dollar. Thus, both the Russian ruble appreciation and the American dollar depreciation were circumscribed. Traders, in their turn, can attempt to buy the currency pair dollar-ruble in a medium term. As far as short-term deals are concerned, we currently locate a descending trend and recommend selling the pair at 71.50 or 72.60. Targets to take profit are determined at 70 or 68.30. That's all we wanted to discuss today. Thank you for your attention. See you in our next review.